What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for joining us today on the Late Night Show starring DJ Pakman. We have a very special show for you guys today. You have no idea what we have coming up, and I am so excited to introduce a very young kid that's going to go ahead and make big things happen. He is a DJ that I met online, and his name is DJ DLoop. All right, DJ DLoop, original name Damien, is 19 years old. He came on the scene because his father taught him how to DJ since he was 3 years old. That's right, I said it. They told me a awesome story that he used to fall asleep with him as he was DJing, and he was falling asleep just watching. That's how observant he was. That's how proud he was of his dad, and that's how much he loved the art. And now here he is at 19 years old, taking the craft and making it his own. So please help me welcome and introduce our very own DJ DLoop. Get on in here.
What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling tonight?
All right. Do you want me to call you DLoop or do you want me to call you Damien?
It's up to you.
All right. I'm gonna go with DLoop. I like calling DJs by their name because I feel like people take pride in what they name themselves. So
Yes.
I'm gonna go with DLoop. So DLoop, tell me the story of how you started DJing.
Started DJing because my whole family is into music. Obviously, I picked it up from my pops. I just love meeting new people, new religions, new races. It's fun. Like also the attention and tension.
Okay. Hey, there you go. I feel like that's a big part of becoming a DJ. You kind of become an artist and you're like, oh, I'm behind the turntable entertaining people.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Here's the question. Has DJing helped you with the ladies?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Yes.
All right. So, are there any ladies you want to give a shout out to today, or you're keeping it on the DL?
Gotta keep it on the DL right now.
For sure. All right. So you started DJing with your dad at the very young age of. You started watching him DJ at 3 years old.
Yes.
And when did you pick up the craft?
When I picked up the craft, like around, say, 13 years old.
13.
Yes.
Okay. So at 13, you were thinking that like, okay, I wanna do this professionally. I see your dad over there. He's saying you did it at 5 years old, not 13, 5. So you at 13 you were like, okay, I want to do this professionally and I want to take it to the next level.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you mentioned to me that you also produce music.
Yes.
Okay, so if you were to say that something you want to do, would it be DJing or would it be producing?
I would rather produce than DJ.
Okay. And what kind of music do you produce?
EDM music.
EDM music.
Yes.
Okay.
Electric dance.
What was that?
Electric dance music.
Oh, for sure. What's your favorite artist right now in the
Favorite
EDM community?
artist right now, it's gotta be that's a hard one. Right now, Afrojack.
Afrojack. Okay. That's a really good artist. I think that's definitely one of the top ones in my mind. Okay, so now I want to ask you, as you're DJing, tell me what is one of your best stories in DJing and one of your worst stories in DJing.
Best story when I DJ'd at my school. Tell you that. The pep rally, I got everyone obviously lit. I had to calm it down, but that's the best one. That was the movie of my life.
Okay.
DJing for my school.
Did you feel like when you were DJing that pep rally, did you feel like you were in that Project X movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, okay, this is getting too wild. This is getting too wild. Okay. And worst story.
Worst story, man. I was at this party and they bumped my table and dropped my laptop.
Oh my goodness. Okay, they drop your laptop. What do you do?
Got to work around it. Got to see if it still works. Luckily, it still worked, and the party just kept going on.
Okay.
Yep.
So you just kept rocking the party, and what did the people that dropped your laptop? What did they do?
I think they left.
Oh, they just
Yeah, because they didn't want to,
deal with it.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, here's the invoice.
Yeah, here's the invoice.
And they just took
left,
off.
yep.
They took off. Okay. For sure. All right. So we talked about your best experience. We talked about your worst experience. Hands down, what's the music that you like to mix the most?
I like to mix a lot of old school.
Old school.
Old school.
Okay, okay. All right. Why is that?
Old school. It's sounds pure. It's instruments. None of the digital stuff.
Okay, okay. So it's like more genuine music
Yes.
playing.
Yes.
Like the artists are actually playing the instrument. It's not the what's that? The beatbox. It's not
Yeah.
the beatbox running
Yes.
the. It's kind of 808 box. Is that?
I think still the
Yeah.
808 box.
It's just the artist playing the
Yes.
instrument, and you just enjoy that purity
Yes,
of
it
music.
sounds live. Yes.
Okay, okay. And as you're producing, do you kind of like, is that what inspires you? Old
Yes.
school music and
New stuff. Yes, I like to combine that together.
the old school with
And
the
the
new
new,
school?
yeah.
Okay, okay. Is there anywhere that people can find your music right now?
SoundCloud. The DJ DLoop. I think that's my SoundCloud name.
Okay, okay. DJ DLoop on SoundCloud. Okay,
Yes.
for sure. That's awesome. And so do you have plans to release, an EP? Do you have plans to release a song? Like what's your schedule looking like for your production?
I'm planning on it. I'll
Okay.
come out with an album.
Oh, that's awesome.
An album, yes.
That's awesome. Okay, okay. In this album, do you have like special guests that you want to feature?
Yes, I wanna do my cousin. He goes under the Beat Freaks.
Oh, the beat. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Okay, okay. That's really cool.
Yes.
Okay, and he's gonna come on and he's gonna produce with you,
Yes.
or he's gonna produce with you.
Yes.
Okay, super cool. All right, so now I want to hear something that I ask all of our DJs, and I want to hear your take on it because I think this is a very important question for DJs. What do you think of requests?
What I think of requests, if I have them on the dance floor and they're dancing, I don't like requests coming at me.
Okay,
But like if there's nobody dancing, yeah, I'll play it.
okay. So, what about what's your worst request? When you get a request that you're like, I'm not playing that. What's the worst request you've ever gotten?
They asked me to play country.
Country music.
Country, yes.
Okay, okay. And you're playing what at the time?
Like hip hop, Spanish, old school.
And somebody comes up to you and they're like, can you play some like
Tennessee whiskey.
Tennessee whiskey? Oh my goodness. But that's a good song.
That is a good song.
That's a good song. That gets the crowd going.
It does.
Okay, Tennessee whiskey. You're playing hip. I'm gonna tell you a story. I had a crowd one time at a wedding, and I was playing hip hop.
Yes.
I think I was playing hip hop, and everybody kept asking me for Tennessee whiskey to be exact, and I kept saying no. I was like, no, I'm not gonna play Tennessee whiskey. Like, absolutely not. And I kid you not, I think around 10 people came up to me and like asked for it, and I was like, that's such a slow song. Like, it's not gonna go. So now, like, okay, 10 people, I'm gonna go ahead and play it, right? I play the song and it gets lit.
Yeah.
It gets so lit. I couldn't believe it. You know, I think sometimes as DJs we gotta like take that into consideration,
Yes.
right?
Sometimes yes.
Like playing what people want and taking those requests if enough people are asking for them.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Okay, so do you have any other plans, outside of DJing and producing?
Yes. I'm in college studying for criminal justice. I also play ball.
Oh,
baseball.
awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I work with my dad.
Hey, that's super cool. You get the whole story of your dad taught you how to DJ.
Yes.
You used to watch him when you were 3 years old.
Yes.
He passed on his equipment to you.
Yes.
Yeah. What
Yes.
equipment did he pass on to you?
The mixer, the turntables, but eventually I came up and bought my own mixer, my own stuff,
Okay. What turntables did he pass on?
the techniques.
1200s. Oh, what a beauty! Okay, so you are just fortunate.
Yes.
Fortunate. So you get these 1200s, you get the mixer, you buy your own stuff, and now you get to work with your dad.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What do you guys do?
We do industrial supplies, so we supply nuts and bolts and safety supplies and that.
Okay, super cool. And then you said you're going to school?
Yes.
What are you studying?
Criminal justice?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, criminal justice. You said that. So what do you want to do with that?
I'm going to be a cop.
Oh, a cop.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Is that path towards being a cop? Do you have your production and your DJ career involved in that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's never going away.
That's never going away.
Okay. So you're gonna be like Shaq.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. So as you have this awesome story of being a DJ, right? And you get to, how many events do you do like on an average basis before COVID?
Before COVID, I would get calls left and right, if I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, that's really good. Yeah. Did you ever do back-to-back events?
I have, yes.
Yeah, those are. How do you feel after you do
I
those?
felt exhausted. I'm thinking like an energy drink.
I know. So sometimes, like, what's the earliest you've started and the latest you've gone home?
From 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God. Okay, and then you do it all over the next day. Okay, for sure. So now I want to hear. We talked about requests, but I want to hear more along the lines of like, on the dance floor when you're DJing. What is it that you look for to get the right cues as to knowing what to play and what not to play?
I read the people.
Okay.
The people that are sitting down, bobbing their heads. That's when I get into it.
Okay.
And that's when I start playing the music they like to get them on the dance floor. And then I work my way in.
Perfect. And I think that's a big part of DJing, right? Being able to really know your crowd, right?
Yes.
Like understand what people like, what they don't like. A lot of DJs, they play for themselves.
Yes.
Did you ever do that? Like, did you ever do that where you're like, when you started DJing, you were like, I like this song, so I'm gonna play it?
No. I've been taught. I've been taught really well from my father.
Okay. I think that's a very important lesson, and that's really good that he passed that on to you, because I think all DJs, when they start, they don't know a crowd. They just kind of like, I want to play music that I like, and they play music that they like.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you read the crowd, and you mentioned earlier that that's part of like why you became a DJ, right? You like the attention that you get. Now, here's something that I've always experienced. I feel that DJs really control a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
I feel it's truth.
Yeah?
I get a lot of crowd control, to be honest with you. I do.
Okay. And does that give you a feeling of like, I don't know, like, does that make you feel empowered?
It's like, yes.
Exactly. And then, does that energy like pass on to the crowd from you?
Yes.
Exactly. And I've always been really big on that, right? So you tell me what you do, all right? Because one of the tricks that I have up my sleeve that I feel works very well is I start dancing behind the turntables.
I do too.
Hey, there you go. And I feel that, even if I look like a dork, like, maybe I don't, I don't know. But I feel that people read that, and they're like, well, if he could look that way,
I could look this way.
I could look this way. Yeah, then it doesn't matter, right? And then that kind of like, because if you notice, like, people don't dance unless somebody's dancing.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There's a lot of people that are shy and they need that extra push of like, oh, well, if he's doing that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Another technique that I feel works really well is when you have lights.
Yes.
Right? Like,
lights is a big thing.
Right? It kind of takes away the attention of like that person. Right? Now, let me ask you a question. Were you the person before DJing or when you're at a party as not a DJ, do you get on the dance floor first?
No, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't.
Okay, why not?
I should get shy.
Okay, the truth comes out. So you get it.
Yes, I do get it.
You get it.
I do.
And as a DJ, that's literally what you got to think of for people. They're like, they're shy. They don't know, I got to play something that's going to break that shyness, or I got to act myself like where I'm getting the attention instead of them. Right?
Yes.
So that's exactly what you do. All right. Now, here today, you're going to go ahead and perform for us. What are you going to perform?
I'm going to perform everything. New, old, cumbias, EDM. Perform it all.
You're going to go back to back?
Yes, back to back.
All right. So what is your style of DJing?
My style? What do you mean by that?
Yeah. So, a lot of people have different styles, okay? They there's scratch DJs, there's beat DJs, there's, there's some people like playing, like a big part of the song. a lot of people like cutting it, every.
Yeah.
However, how would you define your style of DJing?
My style of DJ, I like to scratch a lot.
Okay.
So I call myself a scratch DJ.
Oh, awesome. Okay, super cool. And how long did it take you to learn to scratch?
Practice makes perfect, but it took me a while.
Okay. Now, as you were scratching, what are the scratches that you learned? What was the first scratch that you learned?
Chirp.
The chirp? Okay. And how did you learn it?
My cousin taught me, and he told me to look up YouTube videos on it too.
I think that's an advantage that younger DJs have that other DJs didn't.
Yes.
YouTube, you could look up anything on YouTube.
Yes.
Like scratching, crabbing, beat juggling.
Mixing.
And like, I think it's actually really cool because all you got to do is look at the YouTube video and then copy what they're doing, right? What's your most difficult scratch that you know how to do?
I say crabbing.
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 Okay. Why do you feel that that's the most difficult?
Can't like control it at the same time.
It's
at the
hard.
same speed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually one of the biggest problems that I had. I'm not in any way like a big scratcher. I do scratch here and there, but I wouldn't say I'm like a pro. And the biggest problem that I have is that I can't do two different things with each hand. That's really hard for me, man. Like
they can't sync together. Like
they actually say that people who play the drums are like the best scratchers because they're literally doing something with this hand, something with this hand, something with this foot, and something with this foot, and something else with their head. I don't know. Like, they just get down. Usually drummers,
Yes.
One of the craziest drummer I've ever seen. It was at a Mana concert. Do you know Mana? Are you too young for Mana?
The Rock en Español?
Yes. Okay, you doing? Oh yeah, mi amor. Yeah. Okay. I was at the Mana concert, and the drummer was there, and he was on a rotating freaking stage. No, let me repeat that, bro. His drums were rotating, and he was still like his chair wasn't moving. His drums were rotating around him, and he was still drumming away. My goodness, that was the coolest drumming I've ever seen in my life. And I feel that that's why drummers have, that like extra
mentality, thinking.
Yeah, talent.
Yes.
To be able to really scratch really well, right? All right, man. So we talked about your production. We talked about your party experiences, your best and worst. What else do you have to say in regards to being a DJ? Like what tell the world an experience that you want to share with them.
The worst part about being a DJ is breaking down. Breaking down when you're super tired.
Okay. That's true. How long does it take you to break down?
If I'm tired, it'll take me a good 34, 40 minutes.
Oh, man. Okay, and what's your typical setup?
Take my 2 turntables, my S9, 2 speakers, lights. Yeah, it's my typical setup.
Oh, so not too much.
Yeah,
okay.
Not too much.
All right, and what's the biggest venue that you've done?
Let's see. I think DJing for Bad Bunny's brother.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Yeah, you were telling me that earlier. So how'd you get that gig? What happened? Like, how'd you come about that?
My neighbor, as a matter of fact, he's a barber.
Okay.
And he knows all these people. So that's how I met him, came in contact and stuff.
That's awesome. Was that party wild beyond?
It was wild.
Yeah?
We stayed up till 5 in the morning just partying.
Okay. Wow, that sounds like that would be that kind of party, yeah. Was Bad Bunny there?
No, but his brother was.
Okay, well, his brother was. What party was it? What was that party for?
It was for my neighbor's party. It was his birthday.
It was your neighbor's birthday?
Yes.
Okay. And Bad Bunny's brother was there.
Yes.
Did you get to talk to him?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, he actually tipped me $100.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Those are the good tips.
Yeah.
Those are the good tips. What did you talk about, like, as you were, like, hanging out with Bad Bunny's brother?
Man, I told him, how is it to be, how you brother to become big and famous?
What was his answer?
He was like, it's crazy.
Okay.
Life, it's a change experience.
Sure. And I'm assuming he gets part of that clout, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Do they look alike?
Yes, they do look alike.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. Did you know that Bad Bunny right now is on WWE?
Really?
Yeah. He's, like, literally performing, I think, as a wrestler on WWE. I think it's crazy.
It's crazy. Same thing with Ronda Rousey.
Yes. Yeah, she's in WWE as well. All right, so you did Bad Bunny's brother, his party, and that was what venue was that?
It was at his house, a birthday party.
Okay, for sure. And then in regards to other venues, like what's the most difficult setup that you've done?
Going up the stairs of a hall.
Oh man, those are the worst. So I'm assuming the elevator was broken or something?
No, the elevator was not there. It was just stairs.
There was no elevator.
No elevator at all.
Oh man, what were the stairs like? What situation was it? Like 2 stories?
Yeah, 2 stories.
So it's just going up to the second story. Okay, so it was the second story, and I'm assuming you had to carry all your equipment.
Yes, and with these 1200s, man.
Oh, man. All right, so you're carrying your equipment up the stairs. Here's the biggest thing I have with that, okay? Did anybody help you?
No.
That's okay. I'm gonna add to that. Did they tell you ahead of time that there was no elevator and that you were gonna have to go up the stairs?
Nope.
That's the worst.
Yes.
That's the worst. Like, all right, so I want to share this with the world because I think it's important that people know this, and you could back me up on this, okay? Yes. DJs have to get up early to go to an event.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. DJs have to set up equipment, correct? Yes. Okay. They set up equipment, and that means they're tired. That means they're sweaty. Yeah. Then they have to change, right? Because you can't set up equipment in your suit, right? So you got to change. And then you gotta stand. What's your typical DJ amount of time that you stand for?
Like an hour. Before a party?
No. Like during the event, maybe 6 hours. Like
yes. Yes. 6 hours. Yes.
So now you're standing for 6 hours, and then you tear down. And you told me it'd take you like 45 minutes or an hour to tear down. That's like a 10-hour freaking day.
Yes. That's
a 10-hour day, and I want to share it with everybody because you get tired, right?
Yes, you do.
And now people are not telling you that there was stairs.
Made it worse.
That's the worst. All right, my worst experience with that is I DJ'd in a yacht, and we had to go up. It was like 3 different levels of this yacht, just like that, man. And it was the worst. It was terrible. It was the worst. All right, have you ever not been fed at a party?
Yes, I have. Never been fed.
You've never been fed?
Never been fed at I've been fed at plenty of parties, but one. Never.
What was that story like?
Horrible.
Did you say anything?
No. Couldn't say anything. It wasn't my party. It wasn't my get-together.
That's disappointing.
Yes.
That hurts a little bit, right? Like,
yes.
You're standing there. Were you starving?
Yes, I was.
You're standing there starving, and you're just kind of waiting for somebody to like.
Yeah, you want a plate?
Right?
Yes.
Right. You're waiting for somebody to offer you a plate. Nobody's offering you a plate. What did you do?
I had to work through it.
Suck it up.
Suck it up.
Yeah. So you sucked it up, and what was the first thing you did after you were done?
I went to go get food.
Where did you go?
Wiener Schnitzel's. No, I take that back. Imperial Burgers in La Habra.
Okay. Imperial. Yeah, no, that's what happens, and that's happened to me several times, man, and that's not cool. That's like the whole stair situation.
Yes.
Like, people gotta talk to you, you're getting booked. It's only courtesy.
Yes.
I think it's only courtesy. All right, so today you're going to mix for us a little bit of everything.
Yes.
But before you do that, since we have that coming up in a few minutes, I have a couple of questions to ask you. and I need to know the answer to not me. The world needs to know the answers to these questions. Okay. Does pineapple go on pizza?
No. Pineapple does not go on pizza.
Why not?
You can't mix Italian food with fruit.
Oh, okay. That's I've never heard an actual answer to that. So that's a pretty good answer. Where'd you come up with that answer? Like, what was your?
Just thought about it in my head.
You said okay. So you can't mix Italian food with fruit. Okay. Now here's the other question. When you make you eat hot dogs, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, you eat hot dogs. Do you put the ketchup first or the mustard first?
Put the mustard.
Why?
Gives you that more tangy flavor than the ketchup. I put more mustard than ketchup.
More mustard than ketchup. I've never heard that one. Okay, I love ketchup. Like, I'm a ketchup guy. So you put the more mustard than ketchup.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, and here's another question. When you eat a burger, okay, do you always take out the pickles or do you eat the pickles?
I eat the pickles.
You eat the pickles. Yes. Okay. Has that always been the case?
No, it hasn't. I just started to like pickles in the burger not too long ago.
It's really funny because I think as we're young, we're kind of like, programmed.
Yes.
To not like pickles. Yes. And then as we get older, it just kind of like, oh, this is actually pretty good.
Yes. Same thing with seafood.
Oh, that's true. Okay. That's actually, you bring me to a very good question. Seafood. Where do you go to get your seafood?
I like mariscos.
Mariscos. Okay. And what's your go-to seafood plate?
Shrimp cocktail.
Oh, man. Please tell me you add ketchup to that.
Yes, ketchup.
Absolutely.
And tapatio.
And tapatio. Yes, that's right. Heck yeah. Okay. So, and is there a specific restaurant you go to?
I'm picky. I'm not going to lie. I am picky.
Okay.
There's this place in Whittier. It's called Camino. Really good.
Oh my God! That's like my wife. That's her dad's go-to spot. We're there all the time, bro. El Camino. It's right down the street.
Yes.
Literally on Florence, and they're just getting free advertisement. Yeah, my wife, her dad, and her mom love that place.
I love that place. So does my dad.
Yeah, during what's that Catholic Cuaresma? Mm-hmm. Like where you can't eat anything, you can only eat fish on Fridays?
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
I eat anything.
Well, there's,
Yeah, I know there's people.
Yeah. We were there every Friday getting the shrimp cocktails.
Shrimp cocktails.
And the ceviche, because they have ceviche too.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the questions that we have. I know you're going to perform for us.
Yes.
I'm super excited to hear what you got, and I know so is the world out there. So I'm going to get out of your way and then freaking kill it.
Thank you, man.